Hello and welcome back to our channel. We will start by a question for all of you. Do you ever had those moments where you sense something stirring beneath the surface in your interactions with someone? You know, like catching a glimpse of interest in their eyes, a smile that lingers just a tad longer, or maybe even a touch of nervousness that suggests there's more to their feelings than meets the eye. It's like trying to crack a secret code, isn't it? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into in this video. We're going to explore a fascinating angle on deciphering these subtle cues of attraction through the lens of Stoicism. Now, I know what you're thinking, Stoicism and dating, but trust me, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism has some surprisingly relevant insights when it comes to navigating the complexities of romantic interest. Picture this: you're faced with these mysterious signals from someone you're into, but you're not sure if they're really into you. That's where Stoic wisdom comes in handy. We're talking about focusing on what you can control: your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. It's like Marcus Aurelius said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." So, instead of getting swept away by speculation or doubts, we're approaching these signs with clear-headed reasoning. And let's not forget about patience. The virtue of waiting it out. Just like a disciplined soldier strategizing on the battlefield, we're learning to observe, analyze patterns, and respond strategically. It's all about resisting the urge to jump to conclusions at the first hint of interest and instead taking our time to decode the signals with precision. In this video, we're going to be your Stoic guides through the maze of attraction, uncovering 12 key signs that a woman might be giving off when she's interested but holding back. From subtle body language cues to the way she navigates conversations, we're shining a light on those little details that often go unnoticed. And by approaching these signs with Stoic principles in mind, you'll not only sharpen your observation skills, but also gain a deeper understanding of the intricate dance of human connection. And then, please get ready right now to embark on a journey of unraveling the mysteries of attraction with a touch of ancient wisdom. It's going to be an eye-opening exploration, and who knows, you might just walk away with some valuable insights that'll change the way you see those subtle signals forever. Let's dive in. 1. Catching her eye. Notice how she interacts with you, but don't read too much into every glance. The initial spark of a woman's interest often manifests in her attentiveness. Conversations take on a new life, extending past their natural endpoint. She might linger, seeking to prolong the exchange or find excuses to be around you. A strategically placed request for help, a coincidental bump in at your favorite coffee shop. However, a Stoic lens is crucial here. While these interactions could be a blossoming attraction, it's vital to observe them dispassionately. As Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you that troubles you, but your judgment about what happens. Don't weave grand narratives from these snippets. Perhaps she genuinely enjoys your company, or maybe she simply needs assistance. The Stoic approach encourages acknowledging these interactions without inflating their significance. This doesn't mean indifference. If her company resonates with you, reciprocate the extended conversations and explore spending more time together. But do so because you find her stimulating, not because you've constructed a one-sided romantic narrative. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you shield yourself from emotional investment based on scant evidence. This allows for genuine interaction, free from the pressure of performance. After all, as Marcus Aurelius emphasizes, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Your authentic self will be far more captivating than any facade. Subtlety can also mark increased attention. You might not find her overtly inserting herself into situations, but you notice her laughter echoing more frequently in group settings, or her gaze lingering a beat too long during conversations. Here, the Stoic philosophy reminds us to be perceptive but not to become fixated. As Seneca advises, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. Notice these potential signals, but don't overanalyze them. Remember, Stoicism emphasizes living virtuously and acting with reason. This translates to approaching potential romantic situations with a clear head. Increased attention can be a positive indicator, but it shouldn't cloud your judgment. Focus on enjoying her company and allow the connection to unfold organically. Finally, the Stoic perspective reminds us that unrequited interest doesn't diminish your worth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have nothing to do with the way others interpret your actions. You have to do with your own actions. The others have to do with their own interpretations." A woman's feelings, while a factor to consider, shouldn't define your self-worth. Focus on being the best version of yourself, and the right connections will follow, fueled by mutual interest and genuine connection. 2. Shared activities. See these invitations as a chance to connect, but keep it casual for now. Imagine this scenario. You find yourself amidst a bustling social gathering, surrounded by the warmth of friendship and the hum of conversation. Amidst the crowd, she stands out, a beacon of light with a smile that seems to brighten the room. As you exchange pleasantries, you notice how effortlessly she includes you in her plans, whether it's a casual hangout with friends or a more formal event. Now, let's journey back in time to ancient Rome and meet Epictetus, a former slave turned influential Stoic philosopher. Despite enduring unimaginable hardships, including his own enslavement, Epictetus embraced a philosophy centered on inner freedom and self-mastery. He believed that true happiness could be found by aligning our thoughts and actions with the principles of reason and virtue, rather than being swayed by external desires or circumstances. One of Epictetus' fundamental teachings is the distinction between things within our control and things outside our control. According to him, while we may not always have control over external events or others' actions, we do have control over our responses. This principle lies at the core of Stoicism and offers valuable guidance for navigating interpersonal relationships. So, how does this relate to the situation at hand? When the woman you're interested in includes you in her plans, it presents an opportunity to practice the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control. Rather than fixating on romantic outcomes or worrying about how she perceives you, you can choose to be present in the moment and appreciate her company for what it is. Being included in her plans becomes a chance to cultivate inner resilience and emotional equanimity, regardless of external circumstances. It's about embracing the opportunity to connect with another person authentically, without becoming overly attached to specific outcomes. Reflecting on Epictetus' wisdom, despite enduring countless challenges, he remained steadfast in his commitment to living according to Stoic principles. His example reminds us that true happiness and inner peace stem from our internal state, rather than external circumstances. Therefore, the next time you find yourself included in her plans, remember the teachings of Epictetus and the Stoic philosophy he championed. Embrace the opportunity to cultivate inner resilience and emotional equanimity, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with virtue and reason. 3. Subtle mimicry. Acknowledge this behavior, but focus on building a genuine rapport. A Stoic wouldn't dwell on hidden meanings, just like the philosopher Epictetus advised. Focus on your reaction, not what happens. The same goes for dating's intriguing dance of nonverbal cues, that unconscious mirroring we sometimes see. It's tempting to overthink it, but a Stoic approach offers a different perspective. Let's explore this concept through a story. In the Roman Republic, General Gaius Marius, a man of unwavering discipline, led the army. His stoic exterior hid a deep well of loyalty and a commitment to the bigger picture. This tale explores how his Stoic principles fostered connection in an unexpected way. Marius faced a fierce rebellion by Italian allies, During a skirmish, he captured a talented young enemy soldier, Lucius. Expecting execution, Lucius saw a flicker of something unexpected in Marius' eyes, not defiance, but a recognition of shared humanity. Instead of condemnation, Marius offered Lucius a choice: fight for Rome. Lucius, with no other options, agreed. Marius saw potential, not just a soldier, but a human being. He focused on what they shared, not their opposing sides. The Stoic principle of apathy, freedom from strong emotions, guided Marius. He didn't shower Lucius with praise, but treated him fairly, demanding the same dedication from all soldiers. He offered training and a chance to prove himself. Lucius, initially wary, observed Marius closely. He saw a leader who treated men with respect, even while maintaining discipline. He witnessed unwavering commitment to duty, calmness in chaos, and justice, even for enemies. A subtle connection formed, not through forced affection, but through shared experiences, respect, and a focus on purpose. Lucius, influenced by Marius, began to internalize these principles himself. He became a disciplined and loyal soldier, earning respect from his comrades and even Marius. Their connection culminated not in a heart-to-heart, but in a pivotal battle. Lucius, risking his life, saved Marius. No words were needed, mutual respect and trust were evident. Lucius proved his loyalty through action, not forced allegiance. Marius, in his stoic way, recognized this bravery. The war ended, and Lucius returned home, a veteran, not an enemy. He carried the lessons of discipline, integrity, and duty, all learned from a Stoic general who led by example, not emotion. This experience highlights that true connection can be forged through shared purpose and mutual respect, even in unexpected circumstances. It showcases how Stoicism, often misunderstood as emotionless, can foster deeper understanding based on shared principles and actions, rather than empty gestures. The story of Gaius Marius and Lucius reminds us that the Stoic approach can forge genuine connections, not through forced affection, but through authenticity, integrity, and shared purpose. It highlights the power of virtue and chosen actions, arete and prohairesis, in building trust and respect, even in conflict. A Stoic wouldn't get hung up on deciphering hidden meanings in nonverbal cues. Instead, they would see it as an opportunity to build a genuine connection based on something more substantial like detached curiosity. A Stoic would observe the cues without jumping to conclusions, but to gain insights. Is it consistent? Genuine? By observing without judgment, a Stoic can learn about the other person's communication style and comfort level. This aligns with the Stoic principle of prokopton, careful attention to detail for wise judgments. It's not about dissecting every echo, but using it as a piece of the puzzle to understand the person better. Behavioral synchrony as a stepping stone. Mirroring can be a starting point, but the goal is genuine rapport. A Stoic would focus on active conversation, finding common ground, and demonstrating active listening. They wouldn't get hung up on mirroring. They'd be too busy building a connection based on shared interests, thoughtful questions, and genuine interest. This aligns with the Stoic belief in using reason and logic to foster meaningful connections. By focusing on genuine communication, a Stoic builds trust and understanding that goes beyond superficial mirroring. Focus on authenticity. A Stoic wouldn't try to mimic someone else's behavior to win them over. They understand the importance of authenticity. By being true to themselves, their values, and their interests, they create a foundation for a real connection based on mutual respect. This aligns with the Stoic idea of living virtuously, where genuineness and self-respect are paramount. The most captivating reflection comes not from mimicking someone else, but from shining your own unique light. While nonverbal cues can be intriguing, a Stoic wouldn't get lost in their interpretation. They would use them as a springboard to build a genuine connection based on authenticity, active listening, and shared interests. Remember, the most captivating reflection isn't one that copies another, but one that radiates your own unique essence. You can adopt this Stoic approach in your own dating life, like observe, don't obsess. Notice mirroring or other nonverbal cues, but don't overthink them. Use them as a starting point for conversation, like, "Hey, I noticed we're both leaning forward. That must mean this conversation is interesting." Be an active listener. Pay attention to what your date is saying, both verbally and nonverbally. Ask follow-up questions and show genuine interest in their experiences and perspectives. Focus on shared values. Look for common ground beyond mirroring. What are your date's passions, goals, and interests? Find areas where your values and outlooks align. Lead with authenticity. Don't try to be someone you're not. Be genuine in your communication. Express your interests openly, and let your personality shine through. Focus on building rapport. Mirroring can be a sign of rapport, but it's not the only indicator. Look for sustained eye contact, positive body language, and genuine smiles. These cues suggest a deeper level of connection. By adopting this Stoic approach, you can navigate the often confusing world of nonverbal cues with a clear head and an open heart. You'll be better positioned to build genuine connections based on shared values and mutual respect, ultimately leading to more fulfilling dating experiences. 4. Friendly eyes. Physical attraction can be present, but look for consistent signs of interest. Unveiling a woman's true feelings can feel like navigating a labyrinth of unspoken cues. Eye contact, while often hailed as a beacon of attraction, is just one thread in this intricate tapestry. Enter the enigmatic, warm gaze. A subtle yet potent indicator that a woman might be harboring a secret admiration, shrouded in a veil of composure. Simply catching a woman's glance doesn't guarantee romantic interest. Eye contact is the lifeblood of human interaction, essential for listening, conversing, and even acknowledging someone's presence. A fleeting glance or a brief moment of locked eyes could be a mere blip on the radar. However, the friendly eyes elevates eye contact to an art form. Imagine this: you sense her attention lingering on you. When your eyes meet, she doesn't shy away but holds the connection for a fraction longer than expected. Perhaps a hint of a playful smile dances on her lips, or her eyes seem to hold a warmth that transcends mere politeness. These subtle nuances, woven together with a consistent pattern of seeking your gaze throughout your interactions, can be a powerful signal of genuine interest she's trying to contain. The key here lies in the word consistent. A single stolen glance could be a coincidence, a momentary curiosity. But if you find her drawn to you repeatedly, if her gaze seeks yours as she laughs at your jokes or lingers on your face during conversation, that's a symphony worth listening to. Now, let's not forget the Stoicism aspect of the equation. The warm gaze often suggests a woman who's intrigued but chooses to play her cards close to her chest. Shyness, uncertainty about your feelings, or a cautious approach to initiating romantic connections could all be factors at play. This is where your emotional intelligence comes into its prime. If this woman with this sign has piqued your interest, don't be a passive observer. Seize the opportunity to spark a conversation. Observe her response. Does a wider smile bloom across her face? Does her body language shift, becoming more open and inviting? These additional cues, harmonizing with the consistent, warm gaze, will paint a more vivid picture of her true feelings. Then be attention when a woman meets your gaze and holds it a beat longer than usual. Don't dismiss it as a fleeting moment. Look for the supporting characters in this silent play. The lingering smile, the recurring eye contact, the subtle shift in body language. If these elements orchestrate a cohesive performance, You might have stumbled upon a woman who's quietly expressing her interest, albeit with a touch of Stoic charm. 5. Remembering details. Appreciate her thoughtfulness, but don't jump to conclusions about her feelings. Now, we will talking about an important sign but easy to realize it that a woman really likes you. Her interests for you can be shown by delving into the depths. Take notice of her ability to delve into the depths of your conversations, recalling the minutiae you've shared in passing. Did you mention your favorite childhood book in passing? Does she later bring it up, perhaps suggesting revisiting it together? This isn't mere passive listening but an active engagement, as she meticulously stores away details about you. It's a manifestation of her desire to forge a deeper connection and unravel the layers of your being. From a Stoic vantage point, cherish this attentiveness as a positive attribute in any relationship, be it romantic or otherwise. However, exercise caution not to hastily attribute romantic intentions solely based on good listening skills. Next, etching memories. Observe if she effortlessly recalls significant dates and events in your life. Does she remember the anniversary of a humorous anecdote you shared or the date of your forthcoming work presentation? Remembering such specifics transcends casual attentiveness. It signifies a genuine investment in your life and a desire to partake in your experiences. Adopting a Stoic perspective, express gratitude for her thoughtfulness in remembering these details. Nevertheless, maintain emotional equanimity, recognizing that her memory, while commendable, does not necessarily imply romantic inclination, or fueling passionate discourse, for example. Take note if she initiates conversations about subjects you've previously discussed with fervor. Does she eagerly inquire about your hobbies or delve into discussions about your interests? This demonstrates a sincere eagerness to unravel more about you and the facets that ignite your soul. Through Stoic lenses, perceive this as a mark of reverence and a willingness to forge deeper connections. Nonetheless, refrain from hastily interpreting it as a sole manifestation of romantic interest. Another way that proves her interest toward you is extending a hand in tough times. Pay heed if she extends support during moments of adversity, offering words of encouragement or solace. This gesture underscores her concern for your well-being and her desire to see you triumph over challenges. From a Stoic standpoint, acknowledge her kindness and empathy as virtues worth cherishing. However, bear in mind that supportive gestures can stem from platonic friendships as well. Another one you may already know, it's she's noting your preferences. Notice if she meticulously remembers your preferences, such as your favorite coffee blend or musical genre. Her attention to these nuances indicates a keen awareness of your likes and dislikes. A Stoic outlook would commend this as a thoughtful gesture aimed at fostering your happiness. Yet, exercise emotional detachment and refrain from misconstruing it as exclusively romantic in nature. Does she embracing your enjoyments? Gauge her willingness to partake in activities you cherish, even if they lie outside her usual realm of interests. This reflects her readiness to step beyond her comfort zone and share in experiences that hold significance to you. The Stoic ethos encourages appreciation for her endeavors to connect with you on your terms. Nevertheless, acknowledge that shared interests may not necessarily equate to romantic sentiment. And finally, she's celebrating your eccentricities. Take note if she finds amusement in your idiosyncrasies or fondly remembers your peculiar habits. This suggests an appreciation for you as a multifaceted individual, quirks and all. From a Stoic perspective, embrace her acceptance and revel in the bond you share. However, recognize that admiration for your uniqueness does not invariably denote romantic affection. 6. Engaged listener. Value her attentiveness, but focus on deeper conversations over time. When you're talking to someone, the most satisfying reaction they can offer is active listening. It goes beyond simply hearing your words. It's about truly engaging with what you're saying. In the realm of dating, This active listening can be a subtle sign that a woman might be interested, even if she's trying not to show it. Let's delve deeper into this fascinating sign and explore the Stoic perspective on interpreting it. Remembering the details and beyond the surface. This is where things get interesting. Does she casually bring up things you've mentioned in passing, perhaps a childhood memory or a dream vacation destination? This ability to recall details showcases a genuine interest in your life. She's not just waiting for her turn to speak. She's actively processing your words and filing them away. The Stoic viewpoint encourages appreciating this attentiveness. It's a valuable quality in any relationship, as it fosters a sense of connection and understanding. However, Stoicism reminds us not to confuse attentiveness with romantic feelings. Enjoy her company and the genuine interest she displays, but don't jump to conclusions about her heart. Active listening goes beyond simply registering your words. It's about picking up on the underlying emotions and experiences you're trying to convey. Does she ask thoughtful follow-up questions that delve deeper into your stories? This suggests she's trying to understand your perspective and connect with you on a more meaningful level. From a Stoic perspective, acknowledge this as a sign of respect and a genuine effort to connect. However, it's important to maintain emotional objectivity. While her ability to connect with your deeper emotions is impressive, it doesn't guarantee romantic interest. Nonverbal cues and building on your ideas. Active listening extends beyond just spoken words. Does she make eye contact, lean in slightly, or nod in encouragement while you're talking? These nonverbal cues all indicate she's fully engaged with what you're saying. The Stoic approach encourages appreciating her genuine interest. However, it's important to remember that nonverbal cues can be culturally dependent or simply signs of good manners. While they can be a positive sign, interpret them cautiously. Does she take what you say and use it to build the conversation further? Perhaps she shares a related story or experience, or asks a question that shows she's genuinely processing your thoughts. This indicates she's not just passively listening, but actively participating in the dialogue. From a Stoic viewpoint, recognize this as a sign of intellectual engagement and respect for your thoughts. However, it's important to remember that intellectual connection doesn't always translate to romantic attraction. Remembering the conversation later and mirroring your emotions. The truest test of active listening? Does she reference things you've discussed in previous conversations, even days or weeks later? This shows she retains the information you share and is interested in the ongoing narrative of your life. The Stoic lens encourages appreciating her attentiveness and the value she places on your conversations. However, remember that strong friendships can also involve remembering details and referring back to past discussions. Does she unconsciously mimic your emotional state? If you're feeling passionate about a topic, does her voice become more animated? If you share a sad story, does her expression soften? This subconscious mirroring can be a sign of genuine empathy and a desire to connect with you on an emotional level. The Stoic approach encourages appreciating her capacity for empathy. However, it's important to remember that mirroring can also be a natural human response to build rapport, not necessarily a sign of romantic feelings. Initiating deeper conversations. Does she naturally steer conversations towards more personal topics? This could be anything from your hopes and dreams to your past experiences. This willingness to delve deeper suggests she's comfortable with vulnerability and wants to connect with you on a more intimate level. From a Stoic viewpoint, acknowledge this as a sign of trust and a willingness to build a stronger connection. However, remember that emotional vulnerability doesn't always equal romantic interest. It can simply be a sign of a deep and meaningful friendship. 7. Offering help. Recognize her kindness, but don't take it for granted. In the messy dance of human connection, figuring out if someone's interested can feel like deciphering a secret code. Like, when a woman goes above and beyond typical politeness, offering to help with a task, grabbing your coffee, running an errand? Is it just friendliness? Or is there something more there? Stoicism, that philosophy all about reason and keeping your cool, offers a fresh take on reading these situations. Take a crazy busy office, for example. Sarah, known for getting things done quietly, sees her coworker Mark drowning in work. Without being asked, she steps in and offers to take on some of his tasks, lightening his load. Now, is this pure altruism, or is there a hidden crush brewing? The Stoic perspective says appreciate Sarah's kindness. A heartfelt thanks for her help is definitely due. But getting hung up on whether it's romantic clouds your judgment. Maybe Sarah's just genuinely helpful, which is totally a Stoic thing. This idea makes sense when you think about the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. This guy was known for being virtuous, and he'd always help out his advisors and people who worked for him. But he did it out of a strong sense of duty and wanting to build a strong, supportive community, not because he expected anything in return. By doing good deeds without looking for a reward, Marcus Aurelius embodied the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your own actions and character, instead of what other people are thinking. Another example is Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher. Even though he was a slave, he treated his master with respect and helped him out. He wasn't trying to suck up, he was just committed to living a good life even in a bad situation. This devotion to Stoic principles shows that kindness can be a true reflection of someone's character, not a secret message about a crush. The Stoic view doesn't mean there can't be romance. If you're genuinely attracted to someone, go for it. But Stoicism says base that connection on real conversations and getting to know each other, not on assuming their helpfulness means something more. By appreciating their kindness without expecting anything back, you show emotional maturity and self-control, qualities that are universally attractive. In the end, the Stoic approach to kindness leads to healthier relationships. It lets connections grow naturally, based on mutual respect and appreciation for each other's personalities, instead of a tangled mess of unspoken expectations. This clear thinking and emotional balance help you navigate the confusing world of attraction with grace and maturity. 8. Body language cues. Be mindful of her nonverbal signals, but avoid overthinking every move. Epictetus, a luminary of Stoic philosophy, once imparted the timeless wisdom, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." This sage counsel finds a poignant application in the realm of interpreting a woman's body language, particularly when it comes to delicately conveyed signals of attraction. While these silent cues serve as invaluable clues, the Stoic ethos underscores the importance of acknowledging them while maintaining a steadfast emotional equilibrium. Among the myriad of intriguing signals, the art of indirect touch stands out prominently. A light caress on the arm, a playful prod, or a fleeting brush of the hand amidst shared laughter all serve as subtle indicators of interest. These gestures represent a woman's subtle way of gauging your receptiveness without overtly laying her cards on the table. If she swiftly withdraws her hand, it could signify a hint of nervousness or merely testing the waters. However, a lingering touch or repeated initiation suggests a deeper longing for physical closeness. Another nonverbal cue deserving of attention is leaning in. When a woman leans towards you during conversation, she's not merely bridging the physical distance, but also signaling heightened engagement. This gesture conveys that your words hold weight and that your presence is captivating to her. Observe the direction of her lean. Does she incline towards you while maintaining unwavering eye contact? Such a stance speaks volumes about her desire for proximity and her eagerness to absorb every word you utter. Prolonged eye contact serves as another potent instrument for fostering connection and intimacy. If a woman frequently locks eyes with you, it suggests a genuine interest in your discourse and a genuine enjoyment of your company. However, it's vital to exercise discernment. recognizing that cultural norms and individual idiosyncrasies can influence eye contact. Shyness or cultural disparities should not be hastily construed as disinterest. Instead, consider these alongside other cues to glean a more accurate understanding. The reasons prompting a woman to veil her sentiments are manifold. Perhaps she's uncertain about your intentions, or maybe she's exercising caution to avoid appearing too forward. Cultural background plays a significant role as well, with certain societal norms advocating for a more reserved demeanor from women. It's imperative to recognize that body language constitutes but a solitary facet of the intricate mosaic. Contextualize the interaction at hand. Is she animated and effervescent in conversation overall? Does her smile light up the room in your presence? These amalgamated cues furnish a more comprehensive portrayal of her genuine sentiments. Even amidst the subtlety of her hints, a Stoic approach implores you to direct your focus inward. Exude confidence, exhibit courtesy, and engage as a captivating conversationalist. Let the authenticity of your persona shine forth. If mutual attraction is indeed at play, these virtues will resonate profoundly. Ultimately, if you harbor genuine interest, contemplate engaging in an open and candid dialogue with her. Express your appreciation for her company and allow the rapport to evolve organically. The crux lies in embodying authenticity and demonstrating respect, irrespective of her response. By adeptly deciphering body language and amalgamating it with other cues, you can glean invaluable insights into a woman's true sentiments. Remember, the Stoic ethos champions emotional equipoise and transparent communication, indispensable tools for navigating the labyrinthine pathways of attraction. 9. Exploring your interests. Appreciate her curiosity, but focus on finding common ground. Have you ever noticed a woman in your life develop an unexpected and intense interest in your hobbies? Perhaps she bombards you with questions about your weekend spelunking adventure, or expresses a newfound fascination with the intricacies of historical reenactment activities that previously seemed far removed from her usual interests. This unexpected enthusiasm, while potentially confusing, can be a subtle yet telling sign that she harbors deeper feelings for you. But how do we navigate this intriguing phenomenon, where hidden affection masquerades as newfound passion? The key lies in dissecting the nature of her newfound intrigue. Does she simply ask a few cursory questions and then move on, leaving the conversation hanging? Or does she actively seek opportunities to delve deeper, her curiosity a voracious beast demanding to be satiated? Does she express a genuine desire to join you on your next spelunking expedition, or inquire about local historical reenactment groups you mentioned in passing? These manifestations go beyond mere politeness. They hint at a burgeoning affection that compels her to explore your world and connect with you on a deeper level. Observe her level of engagement when you discuss your passions. Does she lean in, her entire body language mirroring captivated attention, as you recount a harrowing encounter with a particularly disgruntled badger on your spelunking trip? Does she ask insightful questions that demonstrate a sincere desire to understand the thrill of historical reenactment and the meticulous research involved in crafting period-accurate attire? This active engagement speaks volumes. It suggests an emotional investment that transcends casual curiosity and hints at a genuine interest in not just your hobbies, but you as a person. However, context is crucial in interpreting these newfound passions. Are her inquiries and attempts to participate in your hobbies accompanied by subtle gestures of intimacy? Perhaps a lingering gaze that lingers just a beat too long, or a playful brush of the hand as you reach for a book on historical sewing techniques. These subtle cues can pierce the veil of nonchalance and reveal the true meaning behind her actions. They suggest a budding affection that seeks expression but remains hesitant to fully bloom. From a Stoic perspective, it's important to acknowledge and appreciate her interest while fostering a mutual exchange of passions. Don't make it all about you. Seek out common ground where both of you can explore new interests together. Perhaps you can accompany her to a pottery class she's always been curious about, while she joins you on a historical reenactment gathering, minus the disgruntled badgers. Hopefully, this fosters a deeper connection built on shared experiences and mutual respect. Reciprocation plays a vital role in nurturing this budding connection. Does she open up about her own hobbies, inviting you into her world with the same enthusiasm she displays for yours? Is there a reciprocal exchange of ideas and experiences that creates a sense of connection and intimacy? This willingness to share her passions underscores a genuine desire for something deeper, a connection that transcends shared activities. Her behavior in social settings can also be revealing. Does she prioritize spending time with you, subtly maneuvering conversations to create opportunities for one-on-one interactions? Does she engage in playful banter or offer subtle compliments that hint at a hidden affection veiled in humor or casual conversation? These subtle behaviors can be unmistakable indications of her romantic interest, even if she's hesitant to explicitly express them. Finally, pay close attention to her body language when you're together. Does she subconsciously inch closer, seeking opportunities for physical connection? Does she exhibit signs of nervousness or excitement in your presence, like a blushing cheek or a playful fidget when your hands brush as you reach for the same book? These subtle manifestations of attraction can offer invaluable insights into her true feelings. They may be involuntary responses, betraying the hidden affection she might be trying to conceal. While a sudden interest in your hobbies can be a sign of hidden affection, it's just the first piece of the puzzle. By carefully observing her actions, engagement, and behavior, you can decipher the deeper sentiments beneath the surface. Embrace her interest with gratitude, reciprocate by exploring her passions, and nurture a connection built on shared experiences and mutual respect. Let the shared journey of exploring both your hobbies and your connection be the foundation for a deeper and more meaningful bond. Remember, sometimes the most captivating adventures begin with a spark of unexpected enthusiasm, waiting to be fanned into a flame. 10. Backhanded compliments. Thank her for the kind words, but don't assume hidden meaning. Another indication that a woman holds affection for you is when she offers indirect admiration. This form of acknowledgement often involves recognizing your skills or achievements, but in a roundabout manner. For instance, she might comment on the impression your recent project at work left or how impressed she is with your talents in a particular hobby or activity. Rather than stating it directly, she opts for a more nuanced approach, perhaps mentioning your success in passing or making a casual remark about your abilities. One reason why these indirect compliments can serve as a sign of romantic interest is that they provide a means for expressing admiration without being overly explicit or risking rejection. By phrasing her compliments subtly, she can gauge your response and evaluate whether you reciprocate her feelings without putting herself in a vulnerable position. This approach aligns with the Stoic perspective of appreciating the acknowledgement for its essence without assuming romantic intent, acknowledging the praise while allowing for interpretation. These subtle acknowledgments also function as a way for the woman to establish a connection with you without explicitly revealing her feelings. By acknowledging your skills or achievements, she signals that she notices and values your qualities, fostering a sense of closeness and mutual appreciation. This can be especially true if the acknowledgments are specific and tailored, indicating that she has been attentive to you and your accomplishments. By the way, offering indirect acknowledgments enables the woman to maintain plausible deniability. In other words, if her feelings are not reciprocated or if she is uncertain about your interest, she can downplay the significance of her compliments and attribute them to mere admiration or appreciation. This helps preserve her ego and avoid potential embarrassment or rejection while still conveying her feelings subtly. From a psychological perspective, subtle praises can also function as a form of flirting. By subtly recognizing your skills or achievements, the woman engages in playful and flirtatious interaction, signaling her interest in a light-hearted manner. This can create excitement and anticipation between the two of you as you navigate the unspoken subtext of your exchange. Indirect acknowledgments often spark further conversation and interaction. When someone acknowledges your skills or achievements, it naturally leads to discussions about shared interests, experiences, and aspirations. This can deepen your connection and provide opportunities for the woman to learn more about you and vice versa, laying the groundwork for a potential romantic relationship. Generally, these subtle praises can serve as a significant indication that a woman harbors affection for you, but is attempting not to display it overtly. By acknowledging your skills or achievements indirectly, she can express admiration and interest while minimizing the risk of rejection or embarrassment. This approach aligns with the Stoic view of appreciating the acknowledgement without presuming romantic intent, allowing both parties to navigate their emotions with discretion and subtlety. 11. Social media likes. Notice her online engagement, but don't rely on it to gauge her true feelings. A woman's social media activity can offer subtle clues about her feelings towards you. Notice if she consistently engages with your posts more than others. Perhaps she's the first to leave a witty comment on your travel photos, or her likes rain down on your latest update like a digital confetti shower. These gestures, while seemingly insignificant, could be subtle hints of a deeper interest. When a woman takes the time to like and comment on your social media content, it signifies a conscious effort to stay connected with you beyond the physical realm. It's a way of keeping the conversation flowing, a bridge built between in-person interactions. Each like and comment whispers, "Hey there, I'm interested in what you're up to." It's a virtual extension of genuine curiosity, a way for her to stay woven into the fabric of your online life. This heightened social media engagement might also be a subtle attempt to gauge your own feelings. By observing how you respond to her interactions, or if you reciprocate by liking and commenting on her content, she's piecing together the puzzle of potential mutual interest. It becomes a delightful social media dance, a silent exchange of signals where neither party has to explicitly confess their feelings. However, it's crucial to avoid getting swept away in a sea of overinterpretation. Every like and comment shouldn't be dissected like a cryptic message. Social media interaction styles vary greatly, and people have diverse reasons for engaging online. It's not always a foolproof indicator of romantic intent. Therefore, while her consistent activity on your posts can be a positive sign, it's wise not to make snap judgments based solely on her digital footprint. View it as a potential hint of interest, a stepping stone in the grander scheme of your interactions. By considering the bigger picture, your conversations, in-person interactions, and overall dynamic, you'll gain a clearer understanding of where things stand. This way, you can navigate the social media dance with a healthy dose of awareness, avoiding getting tangled in the web of overanalyzing every virtual nudge. Remember, genuine connections often blossom from a combination of online and offline interactions. So, keep an eye on the social media dance, but don't forget to focus on the real-life rhythm of your connection with her. 12. Making room for you. Appreciate her effort to spend time with you, but understand she has other commitments. Let's unpack this a little further. One of the biggest giveaways that someone might be into you is when they consistently make time for you. It's like they're taking a chisel to their already jam-packed schedule, carving out special moments just to be with you. Whether it's a quick coffee catch-up or a random evening walk, their willingness to free up their time speaks volumes. Think about it. These days, everyone's running around like crazy, strapped for every minute. So, when someone chooses to spend their precious free time with you, that's a pretty big deal. It shows that you hold a special place in their life and that they genuinely dig being around you. But it goes beyond just the amount of time. The quality of those moments matters too. When someone makes a real effort to connect with you during those times, whether it's through deep conversations or shared experiences, it shows they value the connection you have. It's like they're saying, "Hey, I want to be fully present with you right now because you matter to me." Now, let's talk about the effort itself. Making time for someone isn't always easy, especially when life throws a bunch of curveballs. So, when someone consistently bends over backwards to schedule hangouts or meetups, it's a clear sign that you're a priority for them, and that's something worth recognizing. Here's the thing, though. From a more realistic viewpoint, it's important to appreciate the effort someone puts in without expecting them to be at your beck and call. We all have our limits and responsibilities, and respecting those boundaries is key. But at the same time, it's totally okay to feel grateful for the moments you share together and to return the favor in your own way. And then, when someone consistently makes time for you, it often means they like you but maybe haven't quite put their feelings out there yet. They enjoy your company and treasure the connection you have, even if they're not ready to spill their heart out just yet. So, cherish those moments when they choose to spend time with you. It's their way of showing you how much you matter, even if it's not wrapped up in a neat little bow with a confession on top. Well, we've explored 12 signs that might hint at a woman's hidden feelings, but remember, these are just clues, not a concrete code. People are complex, and their actions can be driven by various factors. Here's the key takeaway. Focus on building genuine connections. If there's a spark, it'll reveal itself organically. Don't get hung up on deciphering every glance or smile. True connection thrives on authenticity and shared experiences. So relax, be yourself, and enjoy getting to know her better. Now, let's talk about the power of Stoicism in navigating these situations. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the things we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. You can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control how you respond to their cues. If you see signs of interest, be upfront and express your own feelings. If things remain unclear, don't dwell on it. Move forward with confidence, knowing your worth and what you bring to the table. Finally, a word on rejection. It's a natural part of life, and it doesn't diminish your value. Remember, not everyone will be a perfect match. A Stoic approach allows you to accept rejection gracefully, learn from the experience, and keep your heart open to future possibilities. So, the next time you find yourself wondering if a woman likes you, take a deep breath and remember these key points. Focus on building connections, embrace Stoic principles, and don't fear rejection. The most important thing is to be yourself and enjoy the journey of getting to know someone new. After all, sometimes the greatest love stories begin with genuine friendship and mutual respect.